Welcome to the G.O.A.T Sports Podcast, a weekly sports podcast for kids by kids, where it's all sports all the time. I'm your host, Saket. Welcome to this week's episode for Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. Here are the top sports news from around the world. In cricket news, MLC or Major League Cricket has begun, and the opening match held two teams that faced off against each other last season in the final. If you want to listen to what happened last year in the conclusion of MLC 2023, then check out the Bleat report of MLC in the description below. Anyway, Seattle Orcas versus MI New York in the same showdown as last year. Seattle Orcas batted first and made a very under par total of 108. The Orcas' top order failed them, with both their openers getting out in the first 3 overs, including Quinton de Kock. Then MI New York started off the same way the Orcas did. Both of their openers got out in the first 3 overs. Then Nicholas Pooran came in and put on a show for Morrisville, hitting a really good 65. They chased it down with ease to seal the match of MLC 2024. Washington Freedom are off to a really good start and have automatically made it to the playoffs. Leading the way is Andreas House and Jasdeep Singh, two superstars from the USA international team. Los Angeles Knight Riders is also struggling after a bunch of losses. Seattle Orcas versus LAKR. LAKR bat first, and Jason Roy leads the way with a brilliant 69 runs. Then the Orcas come out and demolish the LAKR bowling lineup. Ryan Rickleton goes into full form with a splendid century in just 63 balls. Seattle Orcas win that one in a landslide. San Francisco Unicorns are off to a very meh start. They've won 2 matches and lost 1. One of their matches was abandoned without a ball bowled. Texas Super Kings, who even though they have a lot of really good players, they in their opening match lost to LAKR. They won all their other matches though. For some teams, it's must win. For others, they've already qualified. MLC has a lot of excitement coming up. Next is the GOAT of the week, really the greatest of all time in sports. This week's GOAT is Shane Warne. Shane Warne, one of the greatest names in cricket, left a huge impact on the sport with his amazing skills and larger-than-life personality. Born on September 13th, 1969, in Victoria, Australia, Warne changed the game of leg spin bowling and became a true legend. He played really good soccer, but it was cricket that won his heart and became his career. Warne made his first-class debut for Victoria in 1990, and his performances quickly caught the attention of national selectors. Warne burst onto the international scene in 1992 when he made his Test debut against India. However, it was during the 1993 Ashes series in England that he truly announced himself to the world. His first delivery in Ashes cricket, famously known as the Ball of the Century, bowled England's Mike Gatting with a delivery that turned sharply and left everyone in awe. From that moment on, Warne became a household name. His ability to spin the ball to crazy amounts and his knack for tricking batsmen made him a match winner for Australia. Over his career, Warne took 708 Test wickets, a record for any spin bowler, and 293 ODI wickets. Warne also had a knack for comebacks. Despite facing injuries and controversies, he also bounced back strongly. Shane Warne retired from international cricket in 2007, but his impact on the game is everlasting. He inspired a generation of young cricketers to take up leg spin bowling. Post-retirement, Warne remained involved in cricket as a commentator, coach, and mentor. Sadly, Warne passed away on March 4th, 2022, and his legacy continues to live on. He's remembered not just as one of the greatest bowlers in cricket history, but as a true character of the game who brought flair, excitement, and drama to the sport. Warne, you are truly the greatest of all time. Gather all your friends in front of me for the GOAT Weekly Sports Quiz. Are you ready? Which Olympic sport involves competitors skiing and shooting at targets? Biathlon, a winter Olympic sport combining cross-country skiing and rifle shooting. What sport is played with a large ball on a circular court aiming to hit a central target suspended above the playing area? Bossa ball, a sport played on an inflatable court with a trampoline combining volleyball, soccer, and gymnastics. Which sport features a court divided into 3 sections with 7 players on each team and emphasizes both offensive and defensive strategies? Netball, a sport with 7 players on each team focusing on passing and shooting the ball into the opponent's net. What sport originated in France and involves teams throwing metal balls as close as possible to a smaller wooden ball called a cochonnet or jack? Pétanque, a French sport where players throw metal balls to get as close as possible to a wooden ball. What sport is known for its tuck, pike, and layout positions and is performed on a 10-meter platform or a 3-meter springboard? diving, an Olympic sport with athletes performing acrobatics from a 10-meter platform or 3-meter springboard. And that's our show. Thank you for listening to the G.O.A.T Sports Podcast. Expect a new episode weekly in your favorite podcast app. And please do not forget to subscribe. Do leave your comments and ratings for our show. If you would like your team to be featured in our weekly shoutouts or any other comments, please reach us by email at thegoatkidspodcast@gmail.com. See you next week.